Your car is draining your wealth while you sleep. Not the house, not the vacation, the car. Average American spends $819 every month on transportation. That's more than most Americans invest in a year. The status symbol is the trap. 15% of buyers now pay over $1,000 monthly. $1,000 a month. Gone. Every month. Depreciation starts the second you leave the lot. 10 to 15%. First day value, gone. You paid for it. You never owned the value. Insurance, fuel, maintenance, repairs, none are optional. AAA says $10,728 per year, every year. That's $895 per month before you touch the steering wheel. Most people calculate the payment, never the total. The monthly payment is the illusion. The total is the truth. Honda Civic, 5 years, $43,993 total. Real number. Cash price, $21,648. True cost, nearly double. Depreciation alone, $10,057 over 5 years. Financing adds $3,275 at just 6.5% interest. Fuel costs $12,807 over 5 years, just to move it. Insurance, $6,949. Maintenance, $5,305. Repairs, $2,654. Every line item compounds your financial setback. Taxes and fees add another $2,456, quietly. This is not a car problem. It's a math problem. You are not financing a car. You're financing a loss. Used car prices jumped 2.5% in 1 month, January 2023. Even the used market is working against you now. The market changed. The math behind it never does. Your neighbor's car says status. Their bank account says otherwise. Keeping up with the Joneses is the most expensive race. The race has no finish line, only monthly payments. What does wealth actually look like? Boring, intentional. Wealth is quiet. Debt is loud. The richest person on your block probably drives a used car. Stealth, wealth is not a trend. It's a strategy. 2 cars per household, double every single cost. 2 cars means 2 insurance bills, 2 registrations, 2 depreciations. Most households run 2. Few ask if they need 2. Question your defaults. Every default has a cost. The opportunity cost is the cost most people never see. $10,000 invested in 2018 became $30,000 by 2023. That's the money your car payment consumed instead. Every month you wait, the gap grows wider. Time is the one input money cannot buy back. And the actual system, the fix, that's what changes everything. The fix starts with knowing your real transportation number, all of it. Write down every car expense, monthly, annually, 5-year total. Most people have never done this. That's the entire problem. Step 1. Audit your current vehicle costs completely before deciding anything. Step 2. Compare that number to what investing it would produce. $800 a month invested at 10% over 20 years. That becomes over $610,000. From redirected car spending alone, the 3 to 4 year used car, the smartest vehicle purchase available, 30 to 40,000 miles. First depreciation wave, already absorbed. You skip the steepest drop. Someone else paid for it. This is not sacrifice. It is strategic allocation of capital. Your income is not your wealth. Your savings rate is. Now let's build the actual investment system around what you save. First priority, max your employer $401k. Match. Free money first. Skipping the match is leaving part of your salary on the table. Second priority, fund a Roth IRA, $7,000 per year under 50. Roth IRA growth is completely tax-free at retirement. Completely. Peter Thiel built over $5 billion in a Roth IRA. Tax-free. Inside the Roth, Buy VOO, the S&P 500 inches one ticker. VOO has returned approximately 10.5% annually over the past decade. VTI adds total U.S. market exposure. Broader base, same low cost. SCHD delivers dividend income plus growth. Vanguard-approved strategy. A 3-fund portfolio. U.S. stocks, international stocks, bonds, done. Expense ratios matter. Vanguard charges 0.03%. Keep fees minimal. A 1% fee difference costs you $200,000 over 30 years. Automate every transfer. Payday triggers the investment. No decision needed. Automation removes willpower from the equation entirely. The best investment account is the one you actually fund consistently. Consistency beats strategy every single time. Federal Reserve data confirms. Now, insurance. Stop overpaying every year without realizing it. Shop insurance rates annually. Loyalty does not lower your premium. Switching providers can save $300 to $500 per year. Maintenance. Learn the basics and stop paying labor premiums unnecessarily. Free diagnostics exist. AutoZone-style stores read check engine codes at no cost. We've covered the costs. Now the system that makes them irrelevant, that's next. Think of your savings as a boulder at the top of a hill. At first, it barely moves. That's compound interest in year 1. By year 10, the boulder is unstoppable. That is the math of compounding. Morningstar data. Investors who hold for 10+ years outperform 90% of active traders. The boulder does not care about volatility. It only cares about time. $500 a month into VOO at 25 beats 1,000 at 35. Starting at 25, that $500 monthly becomes over $1.6 million by 65. Starting at 35 with $1,000, under $1 million at 65. 10 years of car payments consume the gap. That is the real cost. Diversification is not owning more. It is owning less of the wrong things. The Federal Reserve's 2023 survey, median family net worth hit $192,700. But the top 25% of households hold over $1 million. The gap is vehicles. Fidelity data? People who never check their portfolios perform better than active watchers. Benign neglect is a legitimate wealth-building strategy. Automate and walk away. IRS data. The max 401k contribution in 2024 is $23,000. Max it. Pre-tax savings reduce your taxable income dollar for dollar. Living closer to work reduces transportation costs and increases investable income directly. A slightly higher rent near work can be offset by eliminated car ownership entirely. BLS data. Transportation is the second largest household expense category nationally. Number 1 is housing. Number 2 is transportation. You can optimize both. Negotiate utility bills annually. Comcast, internet, phone, all negotiable. Every dollar freed from fixed costs is a dollar available to compound. Cancel unused subscriptions. The average household wastes $219 monthly on these. These are not sacrifices. They are strategic reallocations of capital toward wealth. SSA data. Average retirement income from Social Security is only $1,907 monthly. Social Security was never designed to be your entire retirement. It is a supplement. The personal portfolio you build is the bridge that makes retirement viable. QQQ gives you concentrated tech exposure for the growth-oriented portion of your portfolio. Balance QQQ with VTI and SCHD to smooth volatility while preserving growth. You have the data, you have the structure. Now comes the part that seals everything permanently. The boulder is rolling now. The only way to stop it is to stop feeding it. Don't stop. Over 60% of six-figure earners still live paycheck to paycheck, according to PYMNTS data. Their income is high. Their car payments, leases, and lifestyle costs consume all of it. The problem is never income. It is always the gap between income and savings rate. A 20% savings rate at $60,000 beats a 5% rate at $120,000. Always. The person driving a 10-year-old Toyota with $1 million portfolio understands this completely. That is stealth wealth. No performance, no signal. Just compounding math working silently. Build the emergency fund first, 3 to 6 months of expenses in a HISA. High-yield savings accounts currently offer 4 to 5% annual yield. Use them. Emergency fund built, 401k match captured. Roth IRA funded, now layer in taxable brokerage. Taxable brokerage, by VTI and SCHD, hold for decades. Reinvest every dividend automatically. Dividend reinvestment activates compounding on your income, not just your principal. At a 10% annualized return, money doubles roughly every 7.2 years. $100,000 becomes $200,000 without adding a single extra dollar. That is the boulder. Slow at first. Then it doubles again, and becomes unstoppable. Rebalance your portfolio once per year, not quarterly, not monthly, once. Overtrading costs the average retail investor 1.5% per year in unnecessary friction and taxes. Sell only when your allocation drifts more than 5% from your target. Tax loss harvesting in down years can offset gains and reduce your annual tax burden. Every tax dollar saved is a dollar that compounds for you instead of disappearing permanently. Your housing decision is the single largest financial decision of your lifetime. Choose carefully. The 30% housing rule: spend no more than 30% of gross income on rent. When housing and transportation both exceed 50% of income, wealth building stalls completely. The math is unforgiving. Free up the top 2 expense categories and everything changes. Cook at home 3 more days per week and redirect $200 monthly toward VTI. That $200 per month into VTI over 20 years becomes approximately $152,000 at 10%. Small redirections compounded over decades create outcomes most people never believe are possible. The system is not complicated. It is just uncommon. Most people never build it. Step 1. Audit and reduce transportation costs to their minimum viable level. Step 2. Automate the freed capital into your 401k, Roth IRA, and taxable brokerage immediately. Step 3. Build a 3-fund ETF core, VU, VTI, SCHD, inside every account. Step 4. Rebalance once per year. Leave it alone every other day of the year. That is the complete system. 4 steps. 0 complexity. Decades of compounding. Someone who executes this system at 30 has a realistic path to $1 million by 55. Without the car payment, without the lease, without the annual depreciation anchor. The car lease is the most expensive financial product most middle-class Americans regularly use. Leasing means you pay for the full depreciation hit, get no equity, and repeat the cycle forever. Buying a 3-year-old used car outright eliminates financing costs and the depreciation cliff entirely. If you must finance, stay below 15% of your annual gross income for the vehicle price. On a $70,000 salary, your maximum vehicle budget is $10,500. That is the rule. Most Americans buy a car worth 40 to 50% of their salary. The gap is the damage. The difference between what they spend and what